Alright, guys, it is on screen, off screen, back with another episode. We've got Lauren, who is using rope swings without any water. It's a huge problem. We just had an intervention about it. But there has to be water, Lauren. You can't use a rope swing without it.
There's mud.
And then we've got Josh, who has plenty of water all around him and just doesn't go in it. We need another intervention.
Twice in a year, it's fine.
Twice in a year. He moves to Hawaii, and
fine.
twice in a year. Ridiculous. And they got me that goes in a water a perfect amount, so basically I'm the best.
I go into water the perfect amount too. It's called taking a shower daily. And
Nah.
it's good for you, and it's the perfect amount.
Nah. Lauren, do you think that he should go out in the ocean? What do you think?
I think you should be a master surfer by now.
Basically, see? 2 against 1. Proven.
Lauren just said she wants me to die. That's what I just heard. Because I live on Big Island, where there are big rocks. It's not a beach. So, clearly, an inexperienced swimmer is just going to smash their head on a rock, and die.
I mean, I'm not saying you're going to look cool, because I've never seen a surfer in a life jacket, but you should probably do that.
I've pretty much only
And
seen surfers with
there
life
are
jackets.
beaches on Big Island, right? There's
Yeah.
some.
Kind of, but they're still lava rocky.
Okay,
Like,
if they're
there's a
little
specific
teeny
term
tiny
for it
lava
called
rocky,
Big
then you
Island
don't
tattoos.
die. You just get sand on your like a nice sand burn.
Just a pretty
Just
severe
exfoliate.
concussion.
Exactly.
No big deal.
Women pay so much for organic lava like clay rock to be able to exfoliate their skin. You can just go smash your face against the beach and get the exact same results.
Just smash your
That's
face.
the same thing. You're right.
Same thing. Alright, guys. We've got a good episode for you. And I'm going to start with the worst topic on here, easily. By far. And that's going to be Lauren's first topic.
Okay, so, my topic's The Sims 4. I just bought another pack today, and I've been playing it. So, for those who don't understand how The Sims work, is you get the main game, and then basically the developers bring in more packs and more packs, which is kind of like DLCs in other games. Except there's The Sims 4 said that they've stopped trying to they're not going to make a Sims 5. They're just going to keep making packs for the Sim 4. And so I have a lot of them.
One second. Do you think that they should make a Sims 5? What do you think about that? Okay.
No.
Why? I'm curious.
So I always got mad because I have a lot of the Sims 3, and then they change a little of the mechanics, and then they just basically re-up the game, but with slightly different graphics. And then it's they release the same game packs again, but in Sims 4. So I'm really happy that they're sticking with Sims 4 and then just building upon it now. Instead of now I have all the Sims 4 and all of these packs, but now I have to drop all of those and go into the Sims 4 and get all of those
Buy the
packs.
same thing again. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. So, the packs that I have Sims Pets, Sims, I have cottage living, so you can buy cows and llamas and chickens and stuff. And then the pack that I just bought today was, I can't remember what it's called, but you can become a witch and you can find a portal that takes you to this magical realm, and you can buy all of these things to get your skills up in leveling and magic. And so I just became a master witch with my character, and I just have her like brewing potions, and you can have her flying around on a broom and things like that. I know you guys hate on The Sims, but like this in The Sims 4, which is kind of different from the other Sims, they have expansion packs that have like things that you can go and do. So like I also built up my skill level in crafting so that I could explore this old mine shaft. And then I like found this grotto, which would have even more things that like you can use for like crafting and things like that. So yeah, I really like building houses and aesthetics in Sims, and then like playing a little bit in there. But most of my time is like building houses. So like, I think I sent pictures to Josh. I think it was over Christmas, of like I was like, this is my childhood house. This is my dad's house, and this is so like I recreated all of these places that I lived before, and then I think I recreated my apartments too. I don't know. I just think it's really fun, and it's kind of my
So,
um
Lauren, I gotta know why you can build anything. You could build a giant dragon castle. You can build whatever the heck you want. Why would you build your apartment?
I like I
Sounds terrible.
it's funny because I have built like in The Sims 3, basically all I built was like castles and like ranches and things like that,
Hmm.
and dream houses. And then this one I was like, I want to see uh like I wanted to see if I could get um a household to basically live kind of like in an apartment. So I
Okay.
built an apartment to see if I could have like I would lock doors to everyone but this one sim, so it would be like an apartment, and then I just leave them and let them kind of like, because if you leave that household and you go into another household, they just keep playing like NPCs, and their little lives go on as you leave them. Um, and so, like, I like building neighborhoods, and so the quickest way for me to do that is to just like build stuff that I already know,
Cool.
and then yeah. But if I'm gonna sit with the sim and play with that sim, then yeah, I'm gonna build a dream house or a castle or whatever.
Okay. And
But
then, yeah,
yeah.
you should just build a castle and then include little things inside of the castle. Like you have your apartment, and it's just one little wing that people forgot about, and it has a secret door that you have to be able to get into it. That sounds way cooler.
Also, Josh, this will interest you. I have built um, D&D dungeons in The Sims. And then that's how I've done some of the things when I was DMing for you guys, was I would build it in The Sims and then
That's not a bad idea.
play it out.
For real.
And it's like they have trapdoors, they have hidden doorways, they have like little traps and stuff that you can put in The Sims in your stuff. So there was somebody who put in, you can look it up on the Sims thing, there's like a gallery where other people have built things, they upload it, and then you can go in and download the things that they've built. And somebody put in their D&D maps in there. They're like, oh, this is like Dracula's castle, this one's like a haunted mansion, this one, it was really cool. um so yeah, it's, I think it's cooler than you guys are giving it credit. That whatever I'm trying to say, you guys are hating too much on it.
It's exactly as cool as I thought that was.
Josh said it perfectly. In the only way that Josh can. I think Josh was supposed to be like British. So I watched um, Notting Hill, and then I watched some other ones that I'll talk about probably later. But um, Josh's sense of humor and his dryness is so British, it's not even funny. It's just like, it is exactly what I thought it was. I can't even do it as good as Josh does it. It's a natural part of him.
Well, I was shaped very much by British humor. The
Yeah.
Princess Bride, Top Gear. Like, I was raised on that stuff.
It makes complete sense. Josh, you're supposed to actually move. You're supposed to move to Britain. There you go.
Oh, I'll have to look into that. That would be a cool place to live.
Heck yeah, it would. All right, let's go to the next one. Josh, let's do your topic.
Okay, so my topic is In with the Devil. This is the book version of Blackbird. I
Oh, cool.
basically loved Blackbird so much. I did a bunch of research about the history and what was true and what wasn't, and I figured out that James Keane, the protagonist of the story, also had a book. So I was very motivated to listen to it, and I did. What I didn't like is he didn't write it. it was very clearly from a
Shadow
outside
Rider.
source, yeah, who has interviewed and talked to both people or many people involved in the situation and talked about it. So it says it's by James Keane, but it's not written from a first person perspective, and has outside information. So I don't really think it was written by him. And I was really hoping for like that first person view of going in and talking to the killer guy and like the effects that stuff had on him, which I didn't really get. But it was still well written. I still learned a lot of stuff. It made me like the show even more, because it was pretty accurate in a lot of things. One thing I called out on the show is there was no evidence or proof that the father burned the map at the end, but that was specifically called out, that the brother mentioned having a memory of his father burning something, and it could have been the map. So when I did my research and it said there was no evidence, it's like, okay, we had one person say that that's what could have happened to it. So them including that is no longer, it's no longer like this is not true, they just added closure. Instead, it's a possibility, and they included it because it's part of the book, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Most of the book is the lead up to the actual time in the prison. The prison is not a big chunk of it. So again, like I really was hoping for, because like he talks about how traumatic the experience was when the murderer opened up about that first murder. And it like slightly touches on that, but it didn't really go into it. And I was really hoping to be like, man, get that perspective of being in the prison, doing the things you did, saying the things you said to get that trust, and then having this thing happen to you, and then dealing with what you heard later. But all it really says in the book was he opened up and he told me about the murder, so I had to run out of there because I found it so traumatizing, and I made myself sick with what I said to get him to say that. And that was pretty much it. And I was like, having it based more around like the actual trauma that like was shared and like how it really affected you would be a little bit more interesting to me. But I would recommend this book, especially if you're a fan of Blackbird, because it does give a lot more details and it gives more of that outside perspective on things. We get to know more about what the cops were actually like. We get to know more about why these other police officers weren't pursuing our murderer suspect and all that kind of stuff. And it adds to it. It doesn't degrade the show at all. It is just purely like bonus content, pretty much. And I really appreciated it for that.
That is very cool. I like that it's dealing with stuff before the prison, because most of the show is the prison, and that would add so much. That would complete the story, and I love this show. I will absolutely check out this book. Rating on the book, and actually after that, rating on Sims 4. Even though we all know that it should be a Sims 2.
My rating on Sims 4 is a negative 10 out of 10. Okay, Lauren, what is your rating on In With the Devil?
There we go. I like it. 0. You can't give it a 0.
Which is my true and honest belief.
It's my true and honest belief.
You haven't read the book.
You haven't read the book
haven't
or
played
watched the
Sims.
show.
On what I said.
I did watch the show.
Oh, you did? I thought you didn't finish. Did you finish
Part
it?
of
Mm-mm.
Well, that's a shame.
Nope.
It's a shame. It's
Nope, that's
amazing.
fine.
We're just gonna move
amazing.
on.
Okay.
In With the Devil, it's not as good as the show. I do wish there was more in that prison stuff, but it was still very good. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's definitely not something I'm ever gonna reread, but it was definitely really good. It wasn't long. It was a short, just bonus content, extra perspective, extra content.
Cool. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to go to my topic. I found what I think is a hidden gem. It's called Swarm. And I think this show is wildly, massively underrated. It's got a 5.99 IMDb, and it deserves, in my opinion, way better. One, it is absolutely beautiful. There are landscape shots in this that are better than what Discovery Channel does. They are gorgeous. They're like some of the best landscapes that I've seen since like Lord of the Rings. It is beautiful. It's about the ocean is going crazy. And there's different people who are like we didn't take care of the oceans kind of people. There's people who have different theories on it, and I never felt like I was bogged down. Actually, that's not true. There was one time where I felt like I was a little bit messaged to, but it was short. Other than that, it was like this person has a theory, this person has a theory, this person has a theory. So like the very first episode, this is a spoiler, everybody, but the very first episode, these guys are going out to see the whales because the whales have disappeared for months and they don't know what's going on. These whale sighting expeditions are so excited that the whales are back. And they go out, they pull out, one of these giant whales jumps up and lands on the boat and smashes it, and all the people die. And then you have a bunch of killer whales that come in and like literally like drag the people under the water. And it just gets more and more intense throughout the entire series. And you're left with this mystery of why is this happening? The ocean is mutating. Why is the mutations happening? And you don't really know why this is all getting put together. At the very end, there is I usually don't like soft answers. This one is a little bit of a soft answer, but I really enjoyed it, and I really actually found it kind of satisfying for me. It's thrilling. You want to know what the answer is. Everybody, in my opinion, does a good job acting. There's nobody who's insane, but everybody does a good job acting. There's nobody that pulled me out of it. And the science that they get into is pretty sound. And apparently there's a book that this is based off of, and I was reading reviews, and it's like the book gets way more into the science, and the science is really well done. And it doesn't get into it quite as much because they only have so much screen time, and they can't go into molecular biology in the TV show as deeply, but they do it some. And it creates this package that I thought was like riveting throughout the entire thing. I found it so enjoyable. High recommend for me. I would give it like literally a solid 8.
Okay, so this is fiction, not a documentary.
It's fiction,
right?
yeah. It's like, what if
No, killer whales have started.
I was like, I have not heard any of this.
No. This is like, what if the ocean went bad? Like, there's a part that is terrifying where crabs are mutating and they don't know how they're mutating so fast. And so, like, thousands and thousands of crabs hop onto this island and start just chewing people up. And it's like, it's insane.
What happened to Amelia Earhart, so...
Is there
totally
going to be a season 2 to continue answering these questions, or is this it?
No, this is just a one-season thing. And the thing that I can see not satisfying to some people is you don't get all of the answers. But I think you get enough that for me, I was satisfied.
So would you say this is like a horror series, or thriller, or mystery, or why do you think you liked it?
It's all of it. There's times where it's thrilling because you want to know what the answers are and you don't know what's going to happen next. There's times where it's a mystery. There's times where it's horror and you have these crabs that are like terrifying. There's a part with a tsunami that is absolutely like bone chilling. There's sci-fi aspects to it because there's a creature that is very, very cool. That is involved with the ocean and the mystery that's going on. And the way that they design it is beautiful. The creature is, it's beautiful. There's romance in it. Like it's kind of like everything, and it's just really, really well done. I would say it's not very funny. That would be the one thing. It's like it is a more of a serious drama, but Otherwise, you've got your horror, you've got your thrills, you've got your mysteries, you've got your romance, you've got just about everything, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Rating?
8. Solid, complete 8. I will absolutely rewatch this. It deserves to be rated higher.
I'm truly, truly shocked by this news, Conlon.
Why?
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because this show was made by the CW.
I don't freaking care. They did such a good job, and it doesn't feel, for me, it doesn't feel CW at all. Like, if anything, if I'm going to compare it to a CW show, it would be the 100 first season. It has that more of that tone, but it's not as teenagey.
Was the 100 a CW show?
I thought it was.
I think it is. Might be wrong.
It was a CW show. Okay. Yeah, but this came out in 2023.
Yeah, dude.
Like, CW has become so CW-y.
I know, man. But this did not feel like CW to me at all.
PC dubbing.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Very cool. I'll have to check that out. That sounds like something right up my alley.
It's a really cool show. It's a really cool show. There's this part where the whales are all sleeping, and I didn't know they slept like that, but they'll sleep with their heads down and they float straight up, and it is haunting. And it's real. Like, I looked it up after. That's how whales sleep. It's terrifying.
Yep.
And they have to tag one of the whales because they're trying to figure out where they go to understand what is influencing the ocean. So you have this one diver that is alone with these giant 40-foot whales, and it's just this little guy swimming, and everything goes silent, and it is haunting, and it is beautiful. I love this show. It was really well done. Really well done. All right, let's go to Lauren's much more exciting topic. What is your topic number 2 that is not Sims?
Minimalist? The Minimalist? It's awful.
Okay, I was really curious what you'd think about this. It's been on my list.
I don't think I Josh was like, you watched it 3 times. And I was like, yeah, because it put me to sleep immediately. So I've been using it to put me to sleep. Because one, like, they talk very, like, monotone. The main 3. You have, oh no, I can't think of any of their names. Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal, and then the girl from, what is she from? Anyway, they just talked very monotone, and like with it just sounded like they're doing a reading and that they weren't even putting any emotion into it. It was weird. But like from the little bits that I got, she was like setting people up with other people. And usually the girls like, they have to be rich and above 6 foot. And I'm like, no. And then she's like, also, there's a surgery that can make men taller and everybody should invest in that. And I'm like, no. Like, what is this movie? And then I fell asleep, and then it kind of like bled into my dreams, and it had, I don't know if this is part of the movie or if this was my dream, where Chris Evans is poor and she gets mad at him for not wanting to spend money, and then she wants to go be with Pedro Pascal because he has money, but then in the end she decides to quit her very high-end paying job to go be with the poor guy.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't get what this movie was like trying, if it had a message at all. I have no idea. It's
so
yeah.
You know how we watched
Was it The
Idiocracy,
Materialist?
right? The true future of humankind is that men get longer and longer surgeries And that's how we actually get Attack on Titan. So this is the prequel to Attack.
That would be way more interesting of a show. But yeah, just the way they talked and everything, it put me to sleep instantly. I didn't make it to where she met either of the guys when I would watch it. I think
That's crazy.
scrubbed forward one of the times because I was like, okay, I know I've seen this. Maybe I'll keep watching. And then I think she like met with Chris Evans for a second, and then he was also monotone, and then I was out again. So it's a great movie to put you to sleep. 10 out of 10 if you're having a hard time going to sleep. But yeah, I do not get like the promotional stuff made me like interested in it. And then the first 5 minutes of this, I was like, this, I hate all of it.
So you mean the Materialist, right?
Materialist, yeah, there we go.
She was so bored of the movie, she like couldn't even remember the name.
I wanted to minimalize my time watching this.
I was like looking at Minimalist, and I'm like, I can't find it. I don't think that's the actual name.
Materialist, sorry everybody, Materialist.
Yeah, I think Pedro Pascal's a pretty good actor. I think Chris Evans is honestly not that good of an actor. He had Captain America, but that's about it. And then Dakota Johnson is so unbelievably overrated.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
She feels like the same character and everything she's in, and the same character is just blah.
Yep.
Like,
the only movie that I like with her in it is the Peanut Butter Falcon. And it's not because of her. Yeah. She's just kind of blah also in that, but her blah kind of works for some reason.
Yeah.
But she's not great.
Yeah, and I like that show, but I totally forgot she was in it.
Yeah, you forget that's her.
But, yeah, so, will I watch this again? Yes, so that I can go to sleep.
There you go.
And, I would say I would want to watch Black Panther before I watch this for, like, actual viewing. I would probably give this show a 2.
Wow. That might be your lowest rating. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's bad. That's bad.
I mean, other than the book that I just rated.
Yeah, but that one doesn't count.
Of an actual rating, yeah, this is the lowest one.
We all know that you had a momentary rage to our response to Sims. It's okay. It's okay. You're in a safe space. It's just a safe space where we make fun of Sims constantly.
It's a safe space for you guys to make fun of me.
Exactly. The perfect kind of safe
space. It's okay, Lauren.
Space.
It's just your turn this week. Last week we made fun of Cotton Little.
It's true.
Yeah, we can always make fun of me. But speaking of making fun of Lauren, we have a shared topic. Both of them were chosen by Lauren this week.
So excited.
And I am actually going to make fun of her next episode. This episode, I'm going to surprisingly say I really enjoyed this movie. And I don't know why. I was watching it and I was like, this just has a certain, like it came from a certain time period. It really feels like it came from a certain time period. And I don't know why I like this, because there's a lot of trash corniness in it, but I had a good joy. I liked the Leprechauns. I thought they were a lot of fun. The fairies and being all pompous, I thought worked pretty well. Yes, the CGI is very, very old, and it looks old, and it feels old. But there was a certain class and a certain charm to that feeling old. I've got 2 problems with this movie. Problem number 1, in the Romeo and Juliet story, no matter what it is, it's a lot more impactful if the cousin character isn't a complete and utter jackass. Because then you actually like feel something and you understand why Juliet would be sad as the person who's watching the play or watching the movie or whatever it is. I'm not a huge Romeo and Juliet fan. I really don't like the original very much at all. But there are versions of it that I quite enjoy. In this one, the cousin character is just a jackass, and when he dies, you're like, cool, he's dead. Thank heaven that guy's dead. He sucks. Good. Awesome. And I would have liked if he was a little bit more of a nuanced character that I enjoyed. The other thing that I find very weird is this is a movie that is absolutely targeted at, like, middle school girls. For sure, without a doubt. But then you have an ass shot at the beginning of the movie, and I found that very strange. Like, that was a weird choice. And then you have the old leprechaun at the end of the movie who's, like, drooling over her, like, wow, you're so good. And when you're in the water like that, you are just the sexiest. And I'm like, this is weird. What? This is not made for, like, grown men. I don't know why you are doing this. Actually, I don't know why you would put that line in anything. And it was a weird choice. That if you took that out of the movie, would just be a better movie. You could have shown, oh, she was washing in the creek, and then he happens to walk across her. He tries to avert his eyes, and you didn't need to, like, show her. It was a weird choice. You didn't need to have the leprechaun go all creep, because that was also a very weird choice. But other than that, really, really enjoyed this movie. It was a really good time. All the acting is not great, but it kind of just works for the movie with how cheesy it is. It all just, for me, kind of worked. And all of the things that in other movies could be huge negatives, for me in this one, actually wasn't. I had a decent time. And I'd probably just be just under a 7. But it's really close. Because I don't regret that I watched this. I had a good time. Alright, before Lauren tells us the greatness that is Magic Legend of Leprechaun, Josh, what did you think?
Well, Conlon, I hate to disappoint you, but this movie was an absolute gem. If you want to see a who's who of B+ and A- actors of the 1990s, they're all in it. The kid from Home Alone is in this, and I was like, I didn't even recognize him.
I didn't either.
Every single, like, why does Lauren watch movies with these side Harry Potter characters? Because the, like, broom teacher is the mom in it. And I'm like,
I didn't actually realize that.
Nothing. But here she is in this, like, main role.
Randy Quaid is the main guy, and I like the entire time. That was something that was a me negative thing. The entire time I was picturing him in Independence Day, and I was like, I can't connect these two characters.
I didn't have that problem at all.
It hit me so hard.
I had such a great time with it, being like, oh yeah, I remember them. Oh yeah, I remember them. Oh yeah, I remember them. For me, this is the second best Romeo and Juliet story that exists. I also am not a fan of Romeo and Juliet, though I do think it's better than the predecessor, Tristan and Isolde. I was laughing at this show. I was having a great time. I didn't have any complaints about it whatsoever. Yeah, there's some cheesiness. Yeah, it shows its age for the CGI and stuff, but, like, came out in 1993. Like, for 1993, that was really good, especially for a movie that clearly didn't have a great budget. The casting, I thought the CGI looked really good. The writing was solid for what it was. Like, I've got no big complaints about this show. Absolute gem. Will watch again. This one's great.
Okay, rating.
8 out of 10.
Nice.
Makes me so happy.
I had a very good time with this movie, Lauren. I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed this movie. Very surprised.
Literally trying to get Josh to watch this for years. It was kind of like a joke at some point of just always mentioning him to watch this.
It's a good movie of that time period. There's very few of them. Like, it has the feeling of like a Josh doesn't like either of these, but The Labyrinth or Dark Crystal or Princess Bride, or like for me, those all have a kind of a similar feeling. Josh doesn't agree. That's okay.
Because The Princess Bride is timeless. It's still great today.
Princess Bride is the best one of those, but they all have like you know what I mean, Lauren? Like they all have a certain character. That
I get what you mean.
Those movies,
I just disagree that The Princess Bride has a feeling of age and like charm because of its age.
Okay, I think it does, and they don't make movies like that ever anymore. And I don't really think there's one very short section of time where those movies were made. Okay, Lauren, explain to us why this is the greatest thing ever.
I don't think it's the greatest thing ever. I just really enjoy this movie. It's a movie that like nobody had heard of whenever I talk about it, but it was like a movie that I would watch all the time with like my siblings. Like we loved this movie. And I think one of the things that made me watch this a lot when I was a kid was the main leprechaun who was like our Romeo. Looked a lot like a kid I had a crush on. And so it was kind of funny that like I think I watched it a lot because of that, but then I also really liked it because my brother liked watching it. And like we would make fun of it as we would watch it, you know, like when the fish jumps out and like spits at the guy and like why did that happen? Why did that need to happen? It did, and it was bad and it was funny. And then like you have Whoopi Goldberg as like this Mother Nature person, which I think she's referred to as the Grand Banshee. And it's like it is fun to like pick out all of the actors and actresses in this movie, and like it. Yeah.
I'll just jump in there. I do have a criticism of it. I did not like Whoopi Goldberg in this movie. I didn't like her character. There's the scene where she is flying and saved one of our main characters, and he just looks up at her horrified at like this terrifying scene, and I was like, that happened to me every time she came on screen. But she wasn't in it too much, so I was able to get past it and kind of forget.
So, I was gonna say, Lauren last week used Whoopi Goldberg as like a selling point for this movie, and it made me go, oh no. Oh, it already looks bad, and Whoopi is in it. This is the only thing I have ever seen with Whoopi that I like Whoopi. The only one. I don't like Whoopi. I find her annoying. And in this one, I didn't. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I always thought it was really funny though, when like you have like the war scenes or whatever, they just have like sticks that they're whacking each other with, and then like they're supposed to all be dead on the ground, but when you have the first one who died, he was aware as he was like disappearing. And then there's like all these people that are just on the battlefield, and Whoopi comes, like looks at everybody like, can't believe you guys, they all just disappear. And it's like, how do they decide who's dead? You know?
Hey, so I actually had a question. Genuinely. What happened at the end? I am so confused. Why did everyone disappear? I was like, what did I miss?
Oh, it's just like, and it's just the humans that are left with them disappearing?
Yeah, like everybody just, and I'm like, what? Why?
They're just choosing not
visible to the
humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just choosing not to be seen.
Okay.
I was not confused by that at all.
Oh, I was so confused. I was like, why? Are they like, is their journey over and they're going to like heaven? Like, what is going on?
No,
I genuinely didn't get it.
I also really like when you have the preacher who's talking about like how it's the end of times and what do we do? And he's like, I don't know. And then he's like, anybody have any suggestions? I was like, I feel that.
That was good. I liked the war. I liked the horse race actually quite a bit, weirdly enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this weird little side story. I did think the digging for gold thing was kind of weird with the oils popping out of the ground. And then they're just like, the oil! And it's like getting in their face and their eyes. And I was like, what in the world is this movie?
See, I had a different problem with that scene because, like, the idea that they were upset that they would be destroying the land because he was going to buy cottages,
That's a
and
good
then
point.
like them being happy that these companies are gonna come in and destroy the land to dig for oil in a much more destructive and terrible way. That was my problem with the scene, but it was more like, ha, that's so stupid funny, not like an actual like criticism of it.
And I always think at the train scene where he's gonna go back to America or whatever, but then he decides to not get on the train, and then he sees her across the way, and she was there at the train, and I was like, did she see that he didn't get on, so she didn't get on, or did she go there and choose, never mind, I'm not gonna chase him? But then he decided to stay. I was always confused whether she saw him not get on the train, because it would be so much funnier if she didn't see him get on the train and she just was like, never mind, it's not worth it. But yeah, it's I just enjoy the movie. I also really liked longer movies as a kid because that meant my mom wasn't throwing me outside or in the garage to go play. And so I could actually stay in like air conditioned or heat for a little while longer. So yeah. Anyway, I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad I could finally get somebody to watch it.
Conlon, I
movie,
do
guys.
have a question before we move on.
Yeah.
Whoopi, this is the only good movie with Whoopi.
So the other one that is okay.
The Lion King. You don't like The Lion King?
She's on The Lion King?
Yeah, she plays the hyenas.
Oh.
She does. Oh, so she plays the annoying characters. Okay, that one works, I guess.
And the Little Rascals.
I don't understand the love for Little Rascals.
Oh,
A man eating
I'm a weirdo,
chicken.
but I don't.
I love the Little Rascals.
Most people
A lot
do.
of people love Rat Race. I'm gonna skip over that one.
I've never seen that one.
I really like the Black Cinderella movie, but I don't think you've seen it.
I haven't seen that one. Girl Interrupted is a movie that I genuinely love. Like, I really, really love that movie. And Whoopi is... Oh, okay. She's okay.
Okay, Lauren, back to our main thing. What would you give Magical Legend of the Leprechaun? On a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say 9, because whenever I see this pop up on like a streaming service, I always immediately start watching it. I should just
What
own
would you
it.
rate it critically? If you get rid of like nostalgia, or try to, nostalgia's gone.
Oh, it's 10.
On the outside.
Perfect 10.
Okay.
Nostalgia lowered the score. That is the first time ever, guys. First time ever. Nostalgia is like, you know what? Just fond memories. I don't like them.
It's so funny because I did not think you guys would like this movie, and it was funny because I was gonna like preface by being like, now you guys just told me which movies I would want to watch, not which ones you would enjoy. And so I was like, Magical Legend of Leprechauns, I am down to watch that. I'm always down to watch it.
I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah, I probably thought you guys would think that it was a 4 or a 5. That's what I thought.
Did I accurately deceive you with my thoughts?
Yes.
I texted Lauren, what the hell is this movie?
I was like, which one? And he's like, do I have to ask? And I was like, I guess not. They're both kind of weird.
Lauren, I'm very happy I watched this, and I will absolutely watch it. Whenever I have kids, for sure I'm showing them this movie.
Yeah, just...
For sure.
It's so funny because, like, I don't think... Because, like, it's the pond scene that you said was, like, there was a butt?
Yeah.
Oh. We had a VHS thing of it, and I do not remember... I don't remember that happening.
Yeah,
I also don't remember that happening.
Did I... Maybe I need to rewatch it, because I remember, like, her seeing basically half of her ass come out of the water.
I don't remember that.
And I was like, why is she jumping right now? This is such a weird time to jump.
Like, I remember her, like, looking back, and you
Did
could see,
you
like,
take
she's bareback.
shrooms before you watched this?
No, I swear I did. I swear I am not out of my mind.
Any kind of painkiller?
No, I just watched the movie and I was like, huh, strange.
You can do the old classic blanket over the TV for your kids.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
You
like
could do what my French teacher did and just like try and time it, but you're just gonna press the skip forward 15 seconds into the middle of the scene.
I remember one time my sister, there was like this, she knew there was going to be something bad in this advertisement or whatever. So she turns it off and we waited forever. And then she turned it back on right as the ad was showing again where she had gone off of it. And so we just went right into the swear word. It was funny.
That is funny. It's kind of like Splash. Like Splash has that super famous ass shot, and it's like a kid's movie, and you're like, why did you do that? Doesn't really make sense. But it came from basically the same time period. So that was just the year, unless I'm literally out of my mind, that was just the year of ass shots in kids' movies.
PG, you get one butt.
You get one butt. Don't push us. You only get one.
No F words, but one butt.
One butt. If it's a male butt, we might give you 1.5. I don't know.
Road to El Dorado also has a butt scene. So
Oh, that's
I
true.
Can't even argue with
Does it? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, they're bathing
When they're-
in the hot tub, and then they
Monkeys.
attack them, and they jump out of the water and run away, and it definitely shows their butt.
Yeah, because
Oh,
the
I don't
monkeys
remember
steal
that
their
at all.
clothes, and so they're running after them. Naked.
I haven't seen that show in a very long time. We should do that as a shared topic.
I was just about to say, next week.
I would actually totally be down for that. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Alright guys, I think that's going to be our episode. We appreciate you watching. Definitely watch Magical Legend of Leprechaun. Very, very good. Try Sims 4 just so you can come and write to us about how bad it is.
Just don't.
It's free. It's free.
No, just don't. It's not
And
free
then-
because you have to buy the packs to do
No,
anything
Kate,
fun.
the main thing
Nope,
is free.
I'm not going to argue. Nope, we're not doing this whole...
Your time is valuable. Time is valuable. I was just trying to support our co-host with her weird obsession. And then if you are into In with the Devil, if you're about the devil and you're about serial killers and all that stuff, definitely go and get whatever Josh has been watching or reading. Definitely get involved in that for sure. I'm just kidding. If you like Blackbird, just give the book a shot. It'll be worth it. And then Swarm is awesome, and everybody should try it. That's going to be our episode. Have a better tomorrow than you did today, and just keep going up. Appreciate you guys.